Hi everyone, welcome to another week where we're going to look at supply demand and the market equilibrium. When we look at the introduction to demand, in the United States, the forces of supply and demand at work together. They help to set prices. Demand is the desire, willingness, and ability to buy a good or service. Supply can refer to one individual, consumer, or to the total demand of all consumers in the market. That will derive the market demand. Based on that definition, which of the following would you demand? Well, you could demand all of them if you look at it. If we look at demand, a demand schedule is a table that lists the various quantities of a product or service that someone's willing to buy over a range of possible prices. You notice that we have price per widget, and we have quantity demanded of a widget per day. You notice as the price decreases, people want to demand more of the product. A demand schedule can be shown as points on the graph. The graph will list prices on the vertical axis and quantities demanded on the horizontal axis. Each point on the graph shows how many units of the product or service an individual will buy at a particular price. The demand curve is the line that connects these points. Here you go. Here's a demand curve that shows the graph of that table that we just reflected. Shows the price per widgets and the quantity demanded, which means how many people will buy at that particular price level. What do you notice about the demand curve? A, it's downward sloping. How would you describe the slope of the demand curve? It's constant, linear. Do you think the price and quantity demanded tend to have this relationship? Yes. As the price decreases, people want more of the product. The demand curve slopes downward. This shows that people are normally willing to buy less of a product at a high price and more at a low price. According to the law of demand, the quantity demanded and price move in opposite directions. We buy products for their utility, the pleasure, usefulness, or satisfaction they give us. What is your utility for the following products? Do you have the same utility for the same goods? No. We mostly when we look at utility, you'll notice that utility will change based on what people are willing to buy and how they like the product. One reason for the demand curve slopes downward is due to the diminishing margin utility. The principle of diminishing margin utility says that additional satisfaction tends to go down as we consume more and more units. To make a buying decision, we consider whether the satisfaction we expect to gain is worth the money we want to give up. So those are some of the key concepts that we're going to look at with regard to demand.